Let's cut to the truth. Most people are scared of to talk about debt collection. Why? Because it sounds aggressive, maybe even unethical. But here is what no one tells you. Debt collection is not about facts. It's about psychology. It's about understanding how people behave when they owe money and how trigger legal psychological pressure that gets you paid. Whether you are a freelancer, consultant, small business owner, landlord, or even a loaning pen, you have been here. You delivered your value. You kept your side of the agreement. And now, crickets. No payment, no reply, just silence. That's not just frustrating, it's damaging to your cash flow, your mental health, your business future. But the good news is, you don't need to be a pushy, you don't need to be loud. You just need to understand how to control the silent psychological game of debt and pair it with the right legal tools. In this video, we are diving deep into the dark psychology of debt collection and how you can legally get paid step by step. Moving forward, the first one, the mind of a debtor. Let's start at the core. Why do people delay payment even when they owe you? When someone is in debt, they go through a psychological shift. They feel shame, they feel guilt, but more than anything, they feel pressure. And the human brain is wired to do one thing. When it senses pressure, escape. They begin to rationalize. They won't notice. They are a big business. They can wait. They didn't follow up, so it must not matter. This isn't just about money, it's about cognitive dissonance. That inner mental tension between I know, I owe, and I don't want to face it. To ease that tension, their brain reframes the narrative. They convince themselves you are in the wrong, you don't do enough, you don't really need the money. So they justify their silence, they ghost, they dodge, they disappear. But here is where you step in, not with the emotion, but with this strategy. Because when you understand their psychology, you don't fight it, you redirect it. Moving forward with next one, crafting the first message. This is your first real move in the game and it matters. Most people either send a friendly reminder or they send an angry demand. Both are mistakes. Your first message needs to cut through the mental fog your debtor is living in. It needs to be calm, clear, and legally toned. See this with me. Tone is equal to authority. Clarity is equal to power. Here is proven format. Key, name, as per our agreement, dated, date, and outstanding balance of dollar amount remains unpaid. Please process payment by specific date to avoid further steps. That's it. No fluff, no emotion. You are not begging. You are not threatening. You are simply stating a fact. Add a subtle consequence. If we do not receive payment, we will initiate our standard legal process, which may include formal debt recovery. Now, you have tapped into loss aversion, one of the strongest psychological motivators. People are twice as likely to act to avoid a loss than to gain something. Just how you get inside their mind, legally and ethically. Moving forward with next one, contract clauses that work for you. Let's talk prevention. If you are watching this and you don't have strong contracts in place, this is your signal to fix it. The right contract doesn't just protect you legally, it becomes a psychological trigger for the debtor. When they see terms spelled out clearly, it removes all ambiguity. and all excuses. Here are the must-have clauses. First one, late payment penalty. Even 1.5% interest per month creates urgency. Second one, attorney's fee clause. If they know they will be responsible for your legal costs, that's power. Escalation clause. For multi-payment agreements, this triggers the full amount if due if one payment is missed. Fourth one, personal guarantee. Especially for LLCs, this holds individuals accountable, not just businesses. Every one of these is enforceable in most US jurisdictions, and they send a clear psychological message. If you ghost, it costs you more. Don't just write contracts for legality, write them for psychology. Moving forward with next one, legal pathways to power. Let's go deeper. What happens when the emails and calls don't work? That's when you reach for your legal toolbox. First one, the demand letter. This is a formal legal letter, either written by you or an attorney. It should mention a debt, the due date, and a final deadline before escalation. When it's from a lawyer, the response rate jumps dramatically. Why? Because now the debtor knows you are serious. Second one, small claims court. Don't be intimidated. Small claims is designed for non-lawyers. Most states allow claims up to $5,000 to $10,000. It's fast, affordable, and often ends in your favor if your documentation is tight. Third tool is liens and UCC filings. If your debtor owns property or physical assets, file a lien or a UCC-1 financing statement. Now their name is flagged in public records. They cannot refinance, sell, or even raise capital without paying you. Fourth tool is credit bureau reporting. You can report unpaid invoices to the bureaus if you are a licensed business. And believe me, nothing gets a response faster than the threat of a credit score hit. Moving forward, the next one. Should you hire a collection agency? Look, doing it all yourself isn't always smart. Sometimes handling it off is the most efficient move if the debt is large, long overdue, or the debtor is completely unresponsive. It might be time to bring in the professionals. Look for agencies that are FDCPA compliant, licensed in your state, and work on a contingency basis. No win, no fee. Yes, they will take 20 to 40%, but that's 40% of something versus 100% of nothing. Your time is valuable. Your focus is priceless. Outsourcing collections isn't giving up, it's scaling up. Moving forward with next one, mastering the final warning. This is your final message before legal escalation, and it needs to be clear, cold, and final. Say this. This is our final attempt to resolve this matter. MCFT. If full payment is not received within 7 days, we will proceed with the legal remedies, including formal judgment, filing, credit reporting, and possible wage garnishment. Why does this work? Because it ends the uncertainty. Uncertainty is comfort for debtors. They cling to it. A final warning removes ambiguity. It says the game ends here. Deliver it in writing, back it with the deadline, and mean every word. Then wait and prepare your next move. Moving forward with next one. If they still don't pay, what happens if none of it works? Simple. You escalate within the law. First one, file for a civil judgment. You don't just win the right to the money, you win the right to garnish wages, treat bank accounts, and seize property. Second one, record the judgment. Most judgments last 10 years. Some can be renewed for another 10. There's a 20-year window where they cannot escape. Third one, use tax law. You may be able to write off the unpaid invoice as a bad debt deduction on your taxes. Consult a CPA. So even if they don't pay today, you still win long term. You hold the leverage and they hold the burden. Moving forward with the next one. Real stories, real results. Let's end with success stories. First stories. Graphic designer, a $6,000 unpaid invoice. She sent a demand letter, filed a small claim case, and added the judgment to the client's credit record. They paid plus interest. Second story, real estate consultant. He placed a line on business equipment after non-payment. The lane blocked their financing deal. They paid the next day. These are the real entrepreneurs using simple legal psychological tools. You can do the same. You don't need a law degree. You just need the knowledge and the will to use it, you can say. If you stayed with me this far, you are already ahead of 99% of business owners. Because collecting payment isn't just about money, it's about boundaries, it's about respect, it's about not letting your energy get drained by people who don't honor their word. Drop your experience in the comments. I will help however I can. And if you want more deep dive like this, focused on psychology, law, and business power, hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications. This is your business, your energy, your legal right. Let's get in paid.